What's up, you guys? We are live. Oh gosh, so this is the All About the Tea after show. I want to give a special shout out to all the teacups. Literally, I've been talking all day today, but we got a fun show for y'all. We're gonna be getting to Caillou, the guy from That's So Raven. We're gonna be talking about Lil Nas X. We're going to be getting into Lil Kim again because Foxy Brown has something to say as well as Nicki. And we are going to be getting into who else? And Serena Williams. Did I put her picture? Let me make sure I put her up here as well. So give me a second. How are y'all doing? What's up? Make sure y'all thumbs up this video and subscribe to the channel. I want to give a wow, thank you producers, because we reached 5 million views today on our YouTube channel. I believe it was 5 million views. So I want to say special shout out to our YouTube channel. Thank you all for the support, for viewing us, for clicking on that videos and leaving us thumbs up, commenting. Thank you all so very much for that. You didn't have to do it, but you did. So special shout out for you all. All right. And we will open up the phone lines and we will allow you all to call in. All right. So we're going to get into the first topic. Let's get into Serena Williams. Let's get into her first. So let's get into Serena Williams. So she was in a tournament. I don't know where, but she hurt herself. She pulled a muscle or something happened. And I want to say this, Serena. It is time for your behind to retire. You've been playing tennis for over 15, going on 20 years. It's time to retire. Let the younger women in the game take over tennis. Your body cannot keep up with these younger tennis players. You keep on trying to hit this ball. You in your 40s, about to hit your 50s. Like, come on, Serena. Give it up. Retire. Don't just retire to the point where you hurt yourself and then you got to be forced to go into rehab or go to the hospital. Just give it up. You've been doing this for too long. You've been winning so many Grand Slams. How many more do you want to win? Your body cannot keep up. When you reach a certain age, you can't be out there trying to play tennis. When you reach a certain age, you cannot be out there trying to play basketball. You can't be 50, 60-something years old trying to be a basketball player as well as tennis, because tennis, you're moving around, you're going left, you're going right, you're going up, you're going down. Your arms move. It's a lot of, and your joints can't keep up because she's getting up in age. Now, how old is Serena Williams? Let me know, how old is she? Give me a second. How old do you think she is? Let's go to, I don't know how old she is. Y'all let me know in the chat. I'm like, go ahead and just retire. Just like I was telling some of these people, you get to a certain moment of your career, just say, you know what, y'all, while I'm on top, I'm just going to retire. I'm just going to give up and just go into fashion, go into other avenues, acting, have a production company, or have or have your own gym or your own tennis court and train up and coming tennis players, African American tennis players, so they can pretty much do a good job. But I don't think that she should continue. Her reign as a tennis player definitely is up. Her time as a hot tennis player is up. Her time is up. She's been losing lately. Just give it up. Okay? Give it up. All you got to do is say, it is don't take away from your success. It's okay to say, hey, is you 39 about to hit 40? This would be your last year, and say, you know what, this is it. I'm just going to retire. You could do one more tour and just let the other younger women in their 20s compete. Because you with a white man, then he got you bleaching your skin. You look like you don't even want to have the skin tone or your dark skin. So it's just time for you to just let it go. You had an amazing run as a tennis player. You won, like I said, so many Grand Slams. But your time is up. It's up. Your time is up. Your time is up. That's what I want to say, okay? Move on. I know y'all ain't going to like that, but I agree that her time is up as a player. Okay. Let me see where we at right now. Let's see. All right, let me do this. Let's go to Lil Nas X for a second. So Lil Nas X is still trending, and I was in these different groups, and the gay community, they was like, "Why do he have to do this and kiss on a man? Why can't he just get up there and just before?" Listen, he have a right to express himself. Why is it the same night at the after party, uh, Megan Thee Stallion kissed Carisha. I hope I'm saying her name right. One of the city girls. It was no backlash. It was nobody speaking negatively when Nicki Minaj kissed on Carisha, one of the city girls. No backlash. Nobody dragged them. Nobody say, "Oh, you're forcing our children to be something. Why is they watching this?" Nobody. And somebody brought up a good point. A lot of people was raised on the Cosby Show, and they still not no doctor. They still not in no middle class. They're still poor. They're still on welfare. So if that didn't change you to become successful, don't be putting the power into when a gay person kisses another man, or it's going to change your child and to make your child turn gay. No. Most people that is gay have already had that in them. The television didn't force them to be gay. The radio didn't force them. The music didn't force them. Most people that you talk to say, "I was born this way." So with people that's coming at Lil Nas X, stop it. You are haters, and just admit you can't stand to see a man kiss another man. Because when you see women kiss, you ain't got nothing to say about it. No negative thoughts. You don't even bring it up in conversation. You probably applaud it. But soon as when you see a man tongue kiss another man, now you're worried about your children. You, the parent, you make the decision whether you want your child to watch the BET Awards. You, the parent, you make the decision what your child consume. If you're a good parent, you know what your child is watching. And you should have the power on what, if you don't want your child watching that, cut it off. But don't try to put the blame on Lil Nas X that he's going to turn your child gay. That is ignorant. And that's not going to happen. Guarantee if your child gay is because he probably already been that way since he was born. And it wasn't no television show that made him become a fruitcake. Him listening to a Lil Nas X record didn't want to change him to go hump up a man. No. Most people that identify as the LGBTQ plus, majority of them would say, "I've been this way forever." And I have rarely spoke to somebody that's a part of the LGBTQI plus community and said, "Well, I got this way because I saw Lil Nas X kissing another man on the BET Awards. That's why I'm this way." I've never spoke to somebody like that. And they admit something like that. Never, ever spoke to a person in the community and they tell me that they are a part of it because of they saw something on television. And most of you all that have a problem with that, you consume the gay culture. You say, "What's the tea, girl?" You talk about, "Are you cackling?" You use all the terminology. But it's a problem when you see a gay man kiss another man. Come on, what do you expect? And y'all still talking about it. And the reason why he did it, because he knew the world will be watching. The world going to talk about it. In return, I get more money. I get more endorsements. My records go back into the top 10. That's the reason why he did it. He didn't do it to not get no attention. He did it to get some attention and knowing that it's going to be people, especially in the black community, that ain't going to like it. They're going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing it all down on their timeline. And they still talking about it today. And today is what? Today is Tuesday, and that award happened on Sunday, and we yet still talking about that performance of Lil Nas X, the kiss that Lil Nas X did on the BET Awards. That to me is genius. That to me is very genius of him to do that because it keeps the people talking about the Lil Nas X brand. And that's why he's probably going to be relevant for a long time in this business. He's probably going to be relevant for a long time because you know why? People are talking about him. And that's why they're going to continue to talk about him because a lot of people can't stand to see two men together. And this is 2021. I would understand if this was 1921. I could understand that we were living in 1921. Then I'm like, okay, I understand. I can understand why we talking like that because this is 1921. But we in 2021, and we should have some type of like is. I don't agree, but I'm not gonna be so negative publicly on social media. We're gonna move on to the next topic. And y'all could definitely call in because we will have the phone lines open up. Let's get into, we're going to talk about our next topic, NeNe Leaks. So NeNe Leaks was on the Jasmine brand, and she told the Jasmine brand that her husband had been in the hospital for a week and cancer had returned. And I'm definitely praying for NeNe. Definitely going to pray for her, pray for her husband that he heal. You know, that cancer is nothing to play around with. I've seen many people, the cancer would dry up and then it will return, and some people really don't make it. So I'm praying for his, that God heal him completely, that God dry up every cancer cell in his body, and that he be 100% healthy. Also praying for NeNe Leakes because, she's the wife. She at running her own company, and yet she got to check on her husband. So I'm praying for the strength of her as well. Also praying for the family because that's not good because it brings a lot of stress when your dad is in the hospital, have to go yet get another surgery as well. The surgery that he had this surgery before when he had cancer, and now the cancer returned, he had to get another surgery. So I'm just praying completely, and I hope that NeNe get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta because anytime I see her on television, I literally smile. I get warm and tingly inside when I see her on television because she definitely is missed. She is Atlanta Housewives. I definitely want to see her become greater in Atlanta Housewives, back on Get a Peach. And when she come back, I hope they give her executive producer. Hope they give her some ownership and some equity in the show, as well as giving her a couple of $1 million to sign up for the show because she's worth all that and some. So if she ever say she want to come back, I hope they give her that, and that Andy will definitely give her an amazing contract and give her some equity in the show because she needs it. Okay, she is the Atlanta House. When you think of Atlanta Housewives, you're really thinking of NeNe Leakes. So we definitely want to see her back on the show. Definitely. Okay. I definitely want to see her on the show. I think it would be great to see her on the show. But we definitely going to pray for Greg because he definitely need our prayers. Definitely going to pray for him. So let's go to Lil Kim. So, guys, let me bring her picture up. Wait a minute. Lil Kim, you all the way down there. I got to bring you up, son, honey. Let me bring you up. There you go. All right. So we reported on this that Lil Kim won a versus battle with Nicki. So everybody was saying, well, what about Foxy? So Foxy got on her platform and she said the thirst is real or thirsty. Right. So she was like throwing a dig at Kim. The reason why Kim do not want to do a versus battle with Foxy because it ain't going to get them enough clout, right? You a queen should go against another queen, that would be Nicki. And so I believe Nicki started to throw a little shots on her social media. Let me see if I can find her Twitter and see what did she say on her Twitter account. Give me a second. Let me see. Let me go on her Nicki Minaj. Let me see. What did she say on her Twitter? Okay. Well, I think she deleted those tweets, but she had said a little something. Let me go on the neighborhood talk and see what did she say. Hold on, let me see. Let me scroll that because I think she had said something smart on Twitter. She said, imagine having to do TH. I don't know what she meant by that, but she said something. So I don't know if she is responding to Nicki Minaj, if she responding to Lil Kim subliminally, but I'm here for it. So I definitely will keep y'all updated on this. But then Foxy Brown put on there blah ha ha ha, and she put on there thirst. And she put on that shook, and she put on that thirst. So I don't know how that's gonna operate with that. Because if you remember back in January 8th, 2021, The versus battle said Will Look Him and Foxy Brown battle it out and squash their beef for good. So they had that situation going back in January. It was conversation, should Foxy and Look Him. I don't think Kim want to do Foxy because Kim want to be with somebody that is relevant, and she had a more greater beef with Nicki, and is more in today's terms because most people don't even remember the beef with Foxy, but they damn sure remember the beef that Kim had with Nicki, right? I don't give a damn about the songs. I just want to see them ladies on the stage and see if they're gonna throw shade at each other. That's what I'm here for. I just want to see that. I want to see if they're gonna throw shade, if this person's gonna be get that person. That's all I'm here for. All right. I want to see it's going to be some shade thrown. So we're going to see how that's going to operate. But again, Nicki is definitely going to get Kim together with her hits because Nicki got better hits than Kim. When I say better, she have more current hits. And she have a lot of features more than Kim. But Kim also got her hits as well. But I do believe Nicki may win when it comes hit for hit. But both women going to win, period, because they both on the same stage. They streams both going to come up as well as Kim streams going to come up as well. So I'll be here for them both. Okay, let's get into Kyle. Do we have him? Y'all remember Kyle or Corey from That's So Raven? Here we go. Well, apparently, this young man decided to get on Snapchat and send his pictures to a minor. And the person was actually 13 years old. So the mom, let me see if I could put what she said. Give me a second. I'm going to go on to what the mom has said. Let me see if I could pull up her video. Oh, here we go. Now, this is what the mom had to say. Kyle mom. Oh, hold on. Wait. I still got this on YouTube. Hold on. All right, let me do this.
Okay, guys, I am Angel Massey, and I am getting on here about the accusation that is going around about my son Kyle Massey, which is an old story. It's the same family, it's the same people, it's the same little girl, which is not the little girl, it's the mom. Kendra Andreas is her name, and my name is Angel Massey. Kendra Andreas is the little girl's mother, and I am Kyle's mother. And those things, kind of like a scorned, in my opinion, a scorned, like, you know, like when the man gets a new job and the baby mama goes and, you know, go back to the courtroom and go courthouse to try to get more child support. It's kind of synonymous to that because she tried to extort us out of the $1.5 million. And I respectfully told her that we were going to take our chances with the justice system, and we're going to do the same here. We did that in California, and she take it to Seattle, and we're doing the same thing. Okay, guys.
All right, you heard what she said. So she says it's like a scorn lover and all of that. And let me see if I can read that. Gosh, let me go back to it. Gosh. Okay. So let me go to the Shade Room because I think the Shade Room actually posted more. Let me go to what they posted. I think they did more. Let me see if I can go to the Shade Room. Okay. The Shade Room posted the mother, Angel, speaks out following reports that he's now facing a felony charge. Reported the charges stemming from a case from 2019. And let me tell you, you got to be very careful on Snapchat. This is why I only talk to people on Snapchat of people that I know. I don't see any pics. I don't see any pictures of my body parts on Snapchat because people will try to set you up on that app and you think that person is over the age of 18 and they definitely would be probably under the age of 18. So you got to be very careful on the app. What was that? James Charles was another person that got caught into some mess because he sent a picture and some DMs to a person that were underage. You just got to get off of that app because that app will definitely set you up. And that's why when I get on an app, I only pretty much talk to people that I know. If you somebody new and all that, it was another guy, random kid, I think he was a teenager, he said, he hit me up, oh, my mom watched your show, and he just started sending me all these crazy pics, and I immediately blocked him. No communication, just block. I'm like, dude, that was weird. Block, because you know how these people do. They try to send you pictures, and then they want you to send a pic, and then they're going to tell their mom. She's going to go on YouTube. Oh, he sent a picture to my baby, and all of that type of stuff. That's the main reason why when you try to send me some foolishness and I don't know you, you automatically getting blocked. And because Snapchat is that type of way, you may think because it get deleted, what they're going to do, they're going to screen record it, take a screenshot, and get you caught up. Obviously, I think that Caillou dated the mother, and the mother is mad because Caillou moved on. But we're going to see how this case going to stem from. It was somewhere else, and now it's in a whole nother county. But we're going to keep you all updated on this. It's just really, really sad. I'm just telling you, you got to be careful being on these apps. These apps can get you caught up in a mess. You can be sending something that you think this person is not over age. You think this person is like an adult and they're a kid, because they will definitely set you up. Going on these apps, and you got to be careful. Just don't send pictures. Meet a person in person. Meet a person at a bar, at a club. See their ID. Get identification. You got to be very careful out there because people want to come up. I'm just telling you. And don't be out there talking to minors. And now if you into that, you're going to get caught up. You're going to get caught up. And you need to be exposed. If you're sending pictures to a minor and all of that, you're going to get caught up. And you're gonna wind up have to pay money. And Caillou, he's just coming up. Have a show on. He got a show on All Black Network and all of that. We reached out to trying to get a statement and stuff like that. You potentially can lose a bag. You got to be really careful. But if they have evidence, because I don't know if the mother have any evidence that he sent some pictures to her daughter, to her 13-year-old daughter. So we definitely gonna keep an eye out for that. And I'm going to make sure there's another case that we're going to have to dive into and look into, because if it's a case and it's pending, obviously that DA got some type of evidence. They're not going to let a case be pending from 2019 with nothing. So obviously they found something. So maybe she do got some pictures of Caillou ping sent to that 13-year-old girl Snapchat. Or it could be the mother was pretending to be her 13-year-old girl and set up Caillou. So wherever it looked bad. Because when you get these allegations on you, people pull, bags get snatched, opportunities get snatched. And I'm telling y'all, it's just a crazy opportunity with this. Okay? All right. So I got the phone lines open up if y'all want to call in real quick. Let me see. I just deleted my Snap 2 days ago. Hold on, I'm trying to read that. I just deleted my Snap 2 days ago because my man was posting ish I don't like. Yeah, you got to be careful because Snapchat have gotten really nasty on Snapchat. You got people posting all type of stuff on Snapchat. And a 13-year-old don't even need to be on Snapchat. Like, where your mom? Why do you have your minor? Why do you have your child on Snapchat? I didn't even know a child can be on Snapchat at 13. Really? You could have a social media at the age of 13? Really? So for that, I don't even think that you should even have a Snapchat. Really? Not at 13. And if you a celebrity, don't send nothing on Snapchat. Period. If it ain't got nothing to do with a bag, an opportunity, don't send your body parts to people on there because situations can happen. You can end up in this situation. And now when you Google Caillou's name, you ain't talking about it's Deso Raven Star caught up with a minor, sending something to a minor. And now all of that is in there. You got to be really, really careful. And I'm just saying it for anybody that's out there that want to get on these social media apps and do all this dirty stuff. Be very careful. All right. So we're going to open up the phone lines, and we're going to be getting into other topics tomorrow morning. We're going to be getting into some mess. So make sure y'all join the text list for tomorrow, because we definitely going to be getting into some things on tomorrow. So, but we had to get into these topics. So we're going to go to Anonymous. You live on air. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, it's Queen Tulsa.
How you doing, Queen?
Your first guest. I thank you for having the show tonight, and also thank you for being on All About the Tea. And I guess what I wanted to chime in and say was, with Kyle Massey, I mean, this happened in like 2019. However, like you said, it's still pending. So we just can't write people off. However, he's still a suspect. And, you know, we just going to just sit back and just kind of watch how it unfolds. However, his mom is not really a nice person. And so, you know, things happen.
So why
But
you say
we're
his
just
mom
gonna
is
stand
why
by.
do you say his mom is not a nice person? You talking about Kyle's mom is not a nice person?
Yeah, Angel, she's not a nice person.
Really? Why you say that? Why?
Allegedly, she's just not a nice person. Yeah, and
So
I won't even say allegedly. I'll say she's not a nice person.
okay. So what did she
No,
do?
and that's from experience. That's from experience, but I won't go too deep.
So what did she
She's
do
not
to
a nice
you?
person,
So she
guys.
did something to you?
um, she's not a good person.
Okay, you said from experience. What did she do? She slept with your man or something?
She's just not a good person. Like when it comes to like morals and values, those things go out the window. Allegedly.
Okay, are you saying allegedly?
Allegedly.
So you
Seriously.
have okay. Can I
Mhm.
ask you this? Since you said allegedly, do you have something to go? So something happened between you and his mom.
Yeah.
What happened? Tell the people. We want to know.
She's not a good person, allegedly. But just watch as the story unfolds. Check her behaviors. If she's watching this, then she's probably gonna try to be prepared. But just catch her. Just catch her off guard and really see how she is.
Okay, I'm just trying to see what did she do. I'm trying to get the tea on that. All right. So did it have to do with something with a relationship?
Uh,
Did it have to do with something like a relationship or something or a business deal?
she's not a good person, guys. She's not a good person.
You keep saying she's
Like
not a
I
good
said,
person. Like, tell us why.
Yeah, I won't go into detail.
Give us a snippet of her
I
not being a
won't go
good
into detail. She's just not a good person. That's the only thing I can say. But respectfully, when we get to know each other, I'll tell you why.
You can tell us now it's relevant now. I'm not gonna want to know about it later. I want to know about it now.
Okay. She's not a good person. Comes to how can I say this? When it comes to being fair, she's not a good person. However, my dad passed away, and she had some involvement in that. And my baby sister had to find out that my daddy was gone on social media. When it was time for my daddy's funeral, my baby sister was not allowed to see his body because she had went to the wake. So that's where we're gonna leave it right there. She's a nasty person.
So
She's
she
not
must have
nice.
dated your daddy?
She had a hand in that. But thank you for having me. That's all I have for you.
Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get to the tea on that, but you don't want to tell me, but okay.
Yeah, it's a very sensitive topic.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
If you bring a tea, bring me the tea. Don't be talking about, well, she's not a good person. Like, if you got some tea, bring me the tea. Like, don't come up, well, she's not a good person. And when she's like, tell me why. And then she said, well, my dad, when he died, my sister wasn't allowed in the funeral, and she had her hand in that. So was she dating your daddy and had the power of the body? Like, give me the tea here. I would like, I'm just saying. Like, if you say, okay, my dad, and you send on, I'm like, give me the tea. Oh my gosh, she not a good person. That's what she kept saying. Oh my gosh. Because when she kept saying, I'm like, did she hump your dad? I want to know. I'm interested. You know, when you come on the Wiley Show, we try to get to the tea because the people want to know. All right. So I'm gonna bring this show to a close. I want to say shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all join the text list. The number is on down in the chat. If you want to be notified when we go live, I want you all to definitely join us over there. Also, I want to give a special shout out to all the moderators in the house. Let me go down the list. I'm a Brown 9. Shout out to Shantae. We have two Shantaes that moderate for us. Shout out to Bright Star. Shout out to Blue Sky. Shout out to B Scales. Shout out to J Love. Shout out to D1. Shout out to Nurse Nicole. Shout out to Mouth Open. Shout out to Day. Shout out to Tori Mom. Shout out to Puppy Love. And also, I want to give a special shout out to TLC and 3. Shout out to all the moderators. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Wiley.
Yes.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
It's Priscilla Brooks from Chi-Town.
Okay.
Chi-Town in the house.
Yes. What you?
I'm calling about my girl Serena.
Okay, talk about it.
My girl.
Can you talk up? Can you turn me down the back? Can you turn me down the back?
I'm gonna take you off the speaker. I had you on speaker. I'm sorry, and let me turn down my other device. Can you hear me now?
I can. Go ahead.
Okay. Calling to talk about my girl Serena. Get off my girl. She gonna leave when she ready to go. So all you haters out here keep telling her to go retire. She gonna retire when she pass that white lady, Margaret Court, which she has 24 Grand Slams, and Serena has 23. So
her legs can't keep up. It's time for her to retire. Did you see how she fell on the floor and was limping out of there?
Stop telling her.
Did you see that?
Tell a black woman to stop.
I don't care if she was white. Listen, her
Well,
knees gave up. Her knees said no.
Okay, Chi-Town.
Her knees said no.
Bring it down a little bit.
Her knees said no.
So she ain't going nowhere until she get ready. How about that?
Her knees said no. Her
Period.
knees tell her that she can't continue.
You saying her knees said no. See, this is a problem with our black people.
Did you see her on the floor?
Black women to stop doing something. Let her do her.
Did you see her on the floor? Had to get carried out to get to rest her legs.
I'm a Serena fan. I've been a Serena fan for many years.
And you know,
yes, I wish people would stop telling her to retire. Serena's gonna retire when the fuck she get ready. Oh, I'm sorry.
Her leg said you need to
She's gonna
retire.
retire when she get ready to.
Her leg
Look at
says
her sister.
her leg says time to
Venus
retire.
is 39 years old and still playing.
It's time for her to retire.
Let
You
them
know.
do them.
Okay, so you want her to just keep playing in the wheelchair?
And
That's
that
true.
grass was so slippery. Did you even watch the
I watched it and I saw when she had a tumble.
the match?
She had a tumble and I said she need to go.
And the match before she came on with Federer and the other guy, I can't think of his name, he slipped and hurt himself. So the grass is wet. They got the top closed, which makes the grass moist. So
Okay.
it was slippery.
So both of them need to
We can
retire.
agree to disagree.
I'm telling you,
But
she need to
Serena
retire.
ain't
It ain't got
going
nothing to
nowhere.
do with
She
her
passed
being
that
black.
white lady. I'm gonna let you know right now.
I'm talking about she need to retire.
Ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
Serena's not going anywhere until she passed that white lady, Margaret Court, which has 24.
Okay.
Now, I think that she will probably, if she tie her, then she might go. But I think she's going to keep trying until she at least tie her.
Well, just let's hope her legs
I
can
can't
keep
even
up.
think of nobody even close to Margaret Court. It ain't nobody close to Margaret Court as far as wins.
Let's hope her legs can keep up.
I hope so, too. But that's all I got for you.
I hope her white husband rub her legs
But I didn't even watch
and rub her feet.
Huh?
I hope her husband rub
say
her.
what?
I hope her husband rub her legs and rub her feet.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Okay, so she married a white man, but what happened with all these other black men because they couldn't handle that strong black woman? Let's get into it. That's the problem. You can't fault a person who they fall in love with. So if she fell in love with a white man, so be it.
I ain't got no problem with it. A black man
I'm dropping the mic.
a black woman want them to be
black
cooking
man
fried
cut down to
chicken
her.
and macaroni and cheese and don't be out there sweating.
She was talking to Drake on weak fat self. He's fat now. Drake was weak, and who else did she deal with? Common old weak ass from Chicago.
Oh, you cussing again. Okay, we're going to let you go. All right,
I
man.
know. I'm gonna send you a little something.
All right, send me a
But you
little
know,
something.
Common.
Yeah, I know Common.
Who else? Who else did she date that I know of? Common. I know she dated Drake for a minute. Who was the other? I think it was another black guy.
Maybe she had a
right?
trash box. You keep talking about the bit. Maybe her box was trash.
Why you? I don't know nothing about this woman box. Why y'all always got to bring that up? Really?
I brought it up because
Why
maybe she
men
had
always gotta bring that up?
maybe she had a trash box.
I ain't never heard a man say that woman ain't got no good punani.
Maybe she had a
Period.
trash box. Maybe she just wants to do missionary style, holding up her tennis racket. Who knows?
I don't know about all that in that woman's bedroom. I don't know.
I'm gonna leave her voice and ask her, does she have a trash box?
Yeah, call up and see what's going on. But get off my girl. Shot down out of here. I'm dropping the mic.
Okay, bye-bye.
Wally,
bye-bye.
have a good night.
All right, you
I'm gonna
too.
put you a little
Bye-bye. 9867, calling you on air.
Wow, you are so out of pocket. This is the voice of New York. Hey,
Hey.
Wiley. Hey, Chat.
Hey.
The audacity saying Serena had a trash box. And you know if Serena gave you the time of the day, Wiley, she has you bend over. Don't act like, do not act like if Serena not say Wiley, come on through, you will go through mountains.
I said
Just
maybe
ask
she
Serena.
have a trash box. I said maybe.
How she has a trash box? First of all, she's athletic. So because she's athletic, she can already do moves that other people are winded in. She looks at her thighs. She's probably an excellent rider. I don't think they could handle her. That's what it is. And most importantly, you know, from what I witnessed, a lot of black men will put you in a relationship and don't want to marry you. They just want to, like, you just to, hey, let's just live life. And she probably had a certain goal and was like, okay, if you want to, you know, date me seriously, sooner or later, we got to move forward. You can't be dragging your feet. And, you know, that white guy is financially savvy. He owned Reddit. He has money. And when they were dating, they were probably dating seriously. And he put the ring on it. And he claims it when he can. So you go where you are loved and appreciated. Secondly, Wiley, you're in this retirement with a lot of black women. Okay, first you said Nicki needs to retire. Now you're saying Serena needs to retire.
Did you see when Serena had a fall though?
You have not mentioned any men who need to retire. I noticed that. I peeped that game. The thing is this. Now, I'm not an athlete, but I know when I hate losing. Sooner or later, everyone must use discernment on when you want to leave at a high note. Now, that could be, maybe she needs to lose a couple of more games for her to be like, look, it's time for me to bow out. Because Serena is someone, in my opinion, that has high expectations of herself. She doesn't like losing. She's a big loser. Okay? She may not show it, but we all know when Osaka beat her, she felt defeated. Because this is the great. Like, this is like the great. It's kind of like how Gabby Douglas felt when Simone Biles got on the scene. And then now no one really pays attention to Gabby Douglas as much as they do to Simone Biles, right? It's like you can't have two great black people at the same time. And you can, and we should be able to accept that. But I do feel like Serena, if she keeps losing, she may want to retire. But knowing Serena, she wants to accomplish the goals of her getting 25 and surpassing that White League before she does. And I hope she's able to do it sooner than later. Because after a while, listen, when you hit your 30s and you hit your 40s, your knees are not like what it used to. You know, I can't do what Megan Thee Stallion does. You know, the back is different. The arms are different, you know, and she should enjoy her youth. I feel like we saw her for so long, but we can't tell her when to retire. So Wally, stop doing that.
Her legs said no. Her legs said it's time. It's time.
Okay, but it was, okay, first of all, have you played tennis before, Wally? Have you ever played tennis?
I played tennis before, yes. I played it, you know, off and on, but a little bit. Not.
Okay, not on your Wii, but like on a court in a hot sun.
It's a lot of work.
Because
It's a lot of work playing tennis.
It is a lot of work, but what's the hardest part about tennis? It's the tennis court, right? If you play on something that's smooth, that's different. Compared to something that's more rocky, completely different. She was playing on wet grass. First of all, you could get stains on your clothes with wet grass. Like, wet grass is basically black ice, okay, just on the wet area. You know, when you see black ice, you're not gonna be walking confidently. You're gonna tiptoe across the black ice. So when it came to her graph, it was the environment that she's in that made her stumble because, you know, it's not only the way the ball moves when it hits a certain platform, but also how she maneuvers, right? So
if
that's
she,
my
why
comfort
would
zone.
she bring her old bones on top of some wet grass?
But
Why did she do that?
Why did I be old? Granted, she's not even menopausal yet. It's different if she had reached menopausal. Then we can say, all right, because, you know, she's not producing enough estrogen. Her bones, yeah, you could break your bones. You know what I'm saying? With the age, yes. But until then, ride it until the wheels fall off. Why not? Get those endorsements, okay? She's out there rich, wealthy, and she's enjoying her life. Some people, they don't know what to do once they retire. And she's someone was like, look, I'm going to go as far as I can until I accomplish my goals, and let's be happy that she wants to do that. Because honestly, Serena makes tennis interesting. I feel like I used to play tennis. My mom always wanted me and my sister to be tennis players. We didn't have that bone in us, okay? And I feel like with them, they changed the face of tennis. They had beads. They had braces. You know, they were out there doing the racket stuff. So we actually grew up with them. Without them, I don't feel like tennis would have been as excited as it is now. Same thing with gymnastics, right? Before we had dolls, and she was younger. I was younger when she came out. But then gymnastics was corny. Simone Biles make it interesting. It's kind of like we know she's gonna get the top tier. We know there's no competition, and it's like we see her leveling up. Like, let's be honest. Like, they changing the face. So I think we need to give her grace. Secondly, this Cal Massey thing. I think you mentioned that people need to be careful dealing with this minors. And I agree. You know, I feel like if you are scared to see the age of the person, people need to ask certain questions. They need to ask them, what time were you able to call me when you had your cell phone before unlimited text? What was that time? You know, you can't call me after 9. You can't call me after 7. My minutes is about to run out. What game did you have on your Nokia phone? If they don't know about the snake game, they can't talk to you because the generation thing is different, right? Do you remember the Oregon Trail? Did you go to the library and open your encyclopedia? Because if they didn't do that, they're already too young for you. They're already too young. If they don't know who was your top 8, that's already a dunzo. And I would say, Wiley, we did have internet back in the days, right? We had teen chat or sexy chat for teens, and people used to always ask age, sex, and location. And now looking back now, I'm like, I wonder were men the age they say they were. You know, when you have those little risky texts on AIM or on teen chat, and we also had Skolnex. I don't know if people know what Skolnex is, but Skolnex was like a Facebook, but for junior high school and high school students, and you could put your high school information from all around before they shut it down. So if Cal Massey is guilty, it's unfortunate because a lot of these young people do get catfished. And as you mentioned before, because I don't want to sound long-winded because, you know, your chat people be coming from my neck. But with that said, Wiley, I do think people are trying to get bread in these type of tactics. And we must understand, like, parents don't really parent their children nowadays. Right? Like, kids are 5, 6 years old with cell phones. And I'm like, who you calling? Why you have a Facebook? Why you even got an Instagram? Like, you don't got no job. Unless you showing them you are in tutoring and you're doing your ballet, what are you doing? And then parents don't monitor their children, right? Because you can't be out here or texting big men or older women. We're not doing that. Like, absolutely not. But that's all I have to say, Wiley. I just have to check you on that real quickly.
I want to say this, yesterday. Regardless of what you say, sis. That woman had a tumble. She was struggling to get off that grass.
Everybody has a tumble.
Again, she's 39 years old. Her bones are crippling up. It's time for her to retire. It's time for her to retire. Why? Because she had a fall.
Is there a third age? Okay, like, what's that boxer? The one that can't read. He was boxing in his 40s, right? Like, look at LeBron. I feel like if you're still at your prime, look at Kobe. If you're still at your prime and you can still go, why not?
She can't go, ma'am. She had a tumble. She fell. She hit the ground. She had to get help.
She fell, but it could have been the way she stepped that she fall. Maybe she was going too fast. Maybe the wind, the momentum, the velocity. You don't know what she's experiencing. And honestly, wow, you're not a competitive athlete. So for you to go out there and say she felt she needs to retire, and you're not even equal to her peer to even say that, it's kind of like, who am I? I mean, granted, everyone have opinions, but then she's one of the greatest of all time. People going to dress up as her when the future generation, when we read books, she's gonna be in the books if she's not already now. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like how we living through the Biles era. So for you to tell she just sat out somewhere, and she sat out, how is going to be interested? Seriously, who? I'm not really checking for a soccer like that. I'm really not. She doesn't make it interesting to me. Serena got the style, the pizzazz, and I'm not even trying to pair them up because they're in two separate generations, right? And Osaka look up to Serena. But let's be honest, I love tennis even more because Serena's in it. She gets the clicks and the views, though, boo. The clicks and the views.
Okay, well, we thank you on that. She did have a fall. Okay, we do not understand that. So I hope that the doctors do some X-rays and the bones can't stand up strong.
Wow, you see, you beat that. You beat out of pocket. You beat out of pocket.
Serena fell down.
Okay, Simone Biles fell after the Olympic trials.
She couldn't get up. She fell down.
Did you think Simone is 24, and 24 is kind of old for gymnastics, right?
But she couldn't get up.
But she's still going.
She fell down, but she couldn't get up. It is time for Serena to retire and put the tennis racket down and give up. Serena fell down on the grass. Serena fell down on the grass. I'm just saying she fell down. She had a tumble.
So now you're trying to make a church hymn about her falling. But she fell, but she got back up. Isn't there a church? We fall down, we get back up. I'm sure someone in the chat, let me know. I know there's some type of gospel song. When we fall down, we get up. I forgot the name. Well, you probably know the words to it. But she got back up. She didn't stay down. So can we at least acknowledge that she was down for the count, but she rise back up? And what that tells you in life, you will always go through things, but as long as you rise up and you continue your race, it doesn't even matter what you're going through. Still complete it. And that's what she did. She didn't stop. She kept going. So what? And she's going to keep going. You know why? Because the tenacity is there. And that's something that people need to look at, the grit, her grinding. And also, I know this was yesterday, but that Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim stuff, for you to say that you were look for that, I feel like that's below Nicki standards, to be honest with you. I didn't call in yesterday, but I just want to let the callers know where I am, because I am a barb with that. But yeah, so I'm going to get off your line, Wiley, because thank you, Donnie McClurkin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, because I forgot the name of the person. But all right, Wiley, have a great night, and I look forward to your live tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Down, and she got up. Serena fell down on the grass. Serena fell down on the grass. It's time for Serena to retire and put it down. Her leg said no. Yes, it did. Her leg said no. Yes, it did. She slipped and fell on the grass. Yeah, yes. And it's time for her to retire. Woo, I felt that. I felt that. Okay. Woo. Let's see the black women. This ain't got nothing with her being black. That woman fell down. And they had to help her get up. And y'all talking about, keep going. That's the problem. Y'all want these people to keep going when it's that time has passed. You get at a certain time, it's time to retire. You slipping, falling down, it's time for you to retire. Don't you keep on trying to hit that tennis ball. It's time for you to retire. On national television, they was in Spanish. She hit the ground. Hit the ground. Serena hit the ground. It's time to let it go. Don't be listening to these songs. Just keep on playing. That's selfish. To keep on playing and you falling. Get somewhere and sit and retire and let the young women continue to be great in tennis. You done enough. You won so many Grand Slams. Maybe it ain't meant for you to beat nobody else's record. She keep on playing like that, she going to wind up in somebody's nursing home and have to get a nurse to help her. All right. You get a certain age, you sit down. You can't move like you used to. You about to hit your 40s. You know, tennis, that's a young woman's game. That's a young man's game. Basketball the same way. LeBron James should retire. He lost the first round. It's time for him to let it go. Retire, brother. Let these young boys, young men come up into the game. You done enough. You won so much money. That's just selfish. Let it go and let somebody else come in. Come on, somebody. Can y'all like this video real quick? Because we're going to be messy tomorrow. I know y'all upset with me now. Y'all really going to be upset with me tomorrow. So we want to thank everybody for coming through tonight. But tomorrow we're going to be real messy. So make sure you got your alarm clock set. I got my notebook here. And I got some notes to take. So we're going to have a good show for tomorrow. So we definitely going to see y'all there. This is the after show. Any other callers want to call in? Anybody else want to call in before we go? 40 ain't the new 20. That's a lie. Them Bones said, no, it ain't. Come on, somebody. It's to let it retire. She had a good run. She had a good fight. She finished her course in tennis. Now it's time to get into another ministry. Trying to get into another ministry. Yes. Time to retire. There you go. Anybody else that want to call in to defend Serena, come on and call in. Send Serena the link. Send Serena the link. I tell the men to retire. LeBron James need to retire. Reverend Al Sharpton need to retire. Jesse Jackson need to retire. He can't even hardly speak well. He's still out there trying to protest. Sit down somewhere. Let the young folks protest. Get somebody else to represent your organization. You up in age now. You can't even hardly say keep hope alive. Can't hardly say it no more. Retire and give it to somebody else. Let the young folks do it. Bring up the young men, the young women. The Bible said, I call the young because they strong. You still up there trying to protest in your 80s and can't even hardly keep up. I said, Jesse, retire and let the young man do it now. Someone sit down. All right. Okay. I know I'm hurting somebody right there and there. Okay. Make sure y'all join the text list. Listen, join the text list for tomorrow. We got a good show for y'all for tomorrow. Okay? But I personally want to thank y'all for coming through. He said, I said, Jesse, retire. What you doing out there in front of the Capitol building? You need to be in somebody's nursing home. Get some help. What are you young men and let them take over the front lines. I don't want to see you out there 80-something years old still out there protesting. You can't be getting on one knee. Your knee are fragile. I be seeing Reverend Al, he be trying to work out and stuff like out of breath. I said, retire. Can't even hardly read the teleprompter. Retire. Can't even hardly read the teleprompter. All right. That's some selfish. You selfish. All right, give me let's go to the other show. We got another call in here. All right, Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hello.
Hi. Is this Serena?
No, this is Serena biggest fan.
Okay, Serena.
First of all,
Lord.
yeah. First of all, don't tell people when to retire. If you love doing something, you're gonna work on it until the day you die. That's what most people who is passionate about a career do, Wiley. You love running your mouth. Should you retire? So don't tell these working. You always have a problem with the working black woman. You always want them to retire. You retire, Wiley. You retire. Serena has a lot. Serena has a lot more years left. She got about 5 good years left. Just now, LeBron James, he might need to retire, but Serena, this is her first injury since she had her baby. Don't try to push out, these successful black women. You did the same thing with Nicki Minaj, and you did this. Now you do it. Serena, who's next, Wiley? Who's next on the list? Like, you don't do that to black women. You know how hard it is to have a career in America as a black woman, especially on Serena level. This girl been working since she was 8 years old. This
is the conservative lady. The conservative.
Yes, and I speak up for working black women, Americans. I speak up for the working American black woman, Wiley. You, listen here. Let me tell you something. When you're passionate about something, you're going to speak, just like how I speak to you, because I need to let you know. Stop feeding your audiences bullcrap, because that's what you're doing.
Ma'am,
that's all I'm saying.
It's my opinion. That don't mean she have to listen to my opinion. I said she did. Can I ask you this question, my sister conservative?
Yeah.
Did you see when she had that fall? Did you watch when she had that tumble?
Yes, I did, Wiley.
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel as if I would see anybody get hurt. Why you get hurt work on your job. I would feel sorry for you. She was on her job working and she got hurt. So yes, I felt bad for her because I know how bad, you can want something. So yes, Wiley, I am sad for her, that she out due to injury. But that's what happens when you're in sports. But we don't tell people to retire. Just like tonight, the NBA guy on Milwaukee, he got hurt. Are we going to tell him to retire? He's the best player on the team. Should he retire now, Wiley?
I'm going to have to get more details. Sister conservative, we're not talking about basketball. We're talking about a black woman that had a fall.
Talking about we're talking about an athlete, Wiley, who is passionate about. See, you don't want to talk about these men athletes or men entertainers. You always want to talk about the black woman. What do you want black women to do, Wiley? What do you want black women to do? We cannot have a career and be successful and, live our life without being forced to retire or you're too old. This narrative is just ridiculous, Wiley. Serena Williams is a successful black woman, okay? So let's just,
Well, sister conservative, like I said, I just had in my thought, I'm going to let you go, okay, sister? I'm going to hug you with your beautiful red MAGA hat. And I'll get you with love, okay?
Well, Wiley, see, that's the issue, Wiley. You're always talking out the side of your neck. But don't stop talking about our black women, okay?
Okay, sister. All right, sister conservative. Okay. Anonymous, you live on air.
What you're doing is age shaming, and that's not right either.
Excuse me?
You just got
Excuse me. She just got
done shaming all these famous people for their age. Jesse Jackson. I mean, come on. That's unacceptable. You're talking about LeBron James. Wiley, you couldn't even make it you was in the service. Pretended like something's wrong with you so you can get out. You are a failure. How dare you talk about people?
Just like you talking about me. So I'm a comedian, man.
You need to get yourself together, and please don't shit on yourself again. Wow.
And you said all that. Okay. She's really bad. 9867 calling you on air.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call back again, but I just have a quick question to ask you. As a YouTuber, and you're already in your 30s, and there's a lot of black YouTubers that I follow who are probably in their upper 30s, early 40s. At what given time is the lifespan of a YouTuber to keep talking about the same thing? Like, can I see Lovely T and Tasha K in their 60s talking about, let me slip someone, let me tell you what's happening in these, black celebrity streets? Like, at what given point is the apex of a YouTuber when it comes to gossip and celebrity? Is it more so to get as much money before retirement? And don't get me wrong, I am a tea sipper and I'm a wine connoisseur. But seriously, do you see yourself in your 60s with the cane next to you to talk about, we about to go live, call into the chat? Do you, and be Asian with you in the next 30 years? Like, would I still see just the same mods, the same constant people in the chat like Keisha Brown or Icon, Wendy Williams, Baby Doll? Do I see Ozzy? Do I see everyone here 30 years from now? When should Wiley retire or YouTubers retire? Can someone in the chat give me an age? Because I've been trying to understand, what is it, will YouTube even be around? If YouTube retired today, what exactly would the people do? Because if anything, tennis will never be gone. So Serena will always be around. Basketball's not going anywhere. So LeBron can always play. But if YouTube snatch things off, where exactly y'all gonna go? Like, seriously, Wally, what's the age?
Well, for me, I don't want to say the age. I would say me becoming a millionaire. There's so many YouTubers that are up in age and they have successful YouTube channels. This job is not a physical job because you're sitting. We're not on a wet grass, slipping and falling, having tumbles. We're literally.
But that hasn't been. But think about it. The YouTube world is such a weird place. Here you have people who don't really know each other at all in person, right? But yet have beef with people they never met. It's just a weird thing. Does anyone agree with me about how social media influence how people interact, how people want to look? And it's not like you are physically going to meet this person or y'all grew up together unless they have meetings and outings. And some people do collaborate. But this beef that we have in it, and this is in all sectors, the beauty people, the gossip column, it's like y'all don't know each other in real life. I mean, y'all will once y'all interact, but it's kind of like, why y'all have issues in this cloud? I don't really, and then you said until you make your own millions, right? So how much of a million? Because I'm sure Mr. Beast already passed a million. Well, and he's in his 20s.
Well, for me, I think $100 million is in my spirit. I think about that every day. Every day I get up, I think about $100 million, and I know I'm going to get there. So once I get $100 million, I will be training younger and faster commentators to work with my multi-million-dollar company, production company. But I will make sure that we're not on a wet grass, that we're on a solid, clean, dry foundation.
If we are, we slipping and sliding out there. That's what we're doing. We're slipping and sliding if we are on that grass, no problem. With the grass stain, all you need is your Tide pen and bleach it all the way out. But Wally, $100 million in the YouTube space, how long do you think that will take you to make that?
Well,
because
for me,
if you look at channels, you look at some channels, they've been around for years, like 13, 14 years. Okay? So,
well, for me,
years from now,
I don't know anything about them. I know it's going to happen because the God that I serve, I'm telling you, $100 million. It may happen this year. It may happen next year, but it's going to happen. And I just reached 100 likes. So that's a sign. That's a sign that I will get the $100 million. Because like I said, ma'am, I think about it every day. Every day I wake up, 100 million. It always in my spirit, 100 million.
I want to marry someone rich to get 100 million. Who wants to work? That is so ghetto. But I'm asking you though, Wiley.
What do you ask?
Someone who has been on, impressive, who's been on YouTube before and saw the change of YouTube for years. She probably could bank that. And 100 million is not easy to get, right? Especially if you're trying to think about investment. That's where the real money is. So if we say, let's say, hypothetically, 15 years from now, because that's how some of the older seasoned black YouTubers who have 1 million views, sometimes that's how long it to take it to make it that far. Unless you have a viral moment. It changes if you have a viral moment. But can you keep that momentum, right? And we all know that also, I'm not going to touch upon like the privilege of certain ethnic groups, certain looks in general when it comes to garnering attention, right? So will you wait until in your 50s to make that goal? Like if it doesn't happen in 3 years.
It's going to happen.
So like,
it's going to happen.
Like, you know what? I'm too old to be on YouTube.
It's going to happen.
Let's get live.
No, it's going to happen for me. I don't know about the others, but it's going to happen for me. And once I reach that 100 million.
Of course, it's going to happen. But I'm saying, does it matter the age for you to accomplish that goal? Because if you remember, Oprah got into the game pretty late.
Yes,
right?
she did.
And she's where she is right now. So I'm asking you, is there a certain unquote quote YouTuber? Like, can someone tell me, it is a black YouTuber that's in her 50s, 60s, that's been on for years? Does anyone know any black YouTubers who are doing that? Because I don't know any.
It's a lot of YouTubers gross. That they're black. They're grossing over $100,000 a month, or close to that, $80,000 a month. If you're grossing that for 12 months, that's a nice piece of money.
Yes, but YouTube is not a safe bet. And remember, YouTube changed dramatically. That's why a lot of people are having Patreons, right? Like, YouTube is changing. YouTube's under Google. This is not a safe type of bet.
I understand, but whatever it is,
so oversaturated.
You can create whatever.
It's so oversaturated, right?
All
you
right.
got to put certain hashtags, know the algorithm. You know, like, YouTube is not an easy job.
All right.
It's not like you just wake up like, I want to be a YouTube star.
Okay.
You know, that's like a struggling artist, basically. Like, here's my mixtape.
Okay. Well, we thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, you know, I just had to ask you how your thoughts are with your career.
Yes.
And how YouTuber are. But I'm glad you have a second job, though.
All right. Thank you.
But thank you so much, Wiley.
All right. Bye-bye. You ain't going to project that. I'm going to get that 100 million. Hey, bye-bye, Sean. No. Because I think about it every day. 9201. Is this Serena?
No, it's not. But I do think Serena needs to sit down. It's time for her to retire. I agree with you this time. Serena, she's done. Like, she's too old. She needs to focus on her little daughter, and she could probably train some other girls to go up. She just lost in February to the little girl Osaka and was crying in the press conference. Now, 4 months later, she done slipped and fell and broke her back or whatever. Like, she needs to sit down. Like, it's dumb. Like, I really, like, I hate to agree with you, but, yo, it's over for her. Like, seriously, this is not one of those sports where you all up in age like that. Serena's comfortable. She's married to a billionaire. Like, I just don't think that she's just as physically fit as what she used to be.
I agree with you on that, sister. I do. It's time. And there's nothing wrong with retirement. She already got millions of dollars.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really feel like it's just time. Like, you see her sister, like, I mean, does she even still play? Nobody ever talks about her. Like, Serena, she's in people's songs. She's doing commercials. Like, I just feel like right now, like, she could start a school for tennis in any state that she wanted, any country. Right. Everybody would send their kids. Like, she just has to do something different because, no. Like, this is getting embarrassing at this point. So,
because she been, like I said, she been doing this for years. She's worth over $210 million. It's time to retire and get into other avenues. Because I don't want to see her in a wheelchair.
It's time to retire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's time to retire because her father pushed her so hard when she was a little kid. Like, people just think about the time that she's been famous. Serena's literally been playing tennis her whole life. Like, her body is done for. Like, she can't even beat the other little girl. Like, she's not, I don't want to say she's not good because she's still good. She's just not as good as what she used to be. But go ahead and answer your other calls and I'll go back to the bushes.
Thank you. All right. You just never know who's going to call in. Wow. All right. Thank you all so very much. We got a good show planned for tomorrow. I got my notes together for tomorrow, what we're going to get into. So I want you all to make sure that you all tune in tomorrow and you all come on the show and watch us. I want to say special shout out for y'all. If you all could leave us a thumbs up, that's very important. Thumbs up the video. Thumbs up. Click, 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 click. Really, thank y'all so very much. If you have it, it's free to do. I want to say special shout out to all the moderators in the house. Listen, it was a great conversation today. Thank you so very much to all the teacups. We'll be busy tomorrow. Literally, I'm out here pushing out content as well as working over there with All About the Tea. Yes, this is lovely. If you want to be notified when I go live, you can text. Let me put that in there. You text the Wiley Show to, somebody just sent me some tea. Okay. All right. Text the Wiley Show to 833-760-1691. You could definitely text that, and you could be notified when I go live, okay? You could text the Wiley Show to 833 to be notified, all right? So I'll put that in there so you could be notified when we go live, and we definitely can have that. But we want to say thank you all so very much for tuning in. This was lovely. Make sure y'all send this to Serena. Oh, guys, thank you all so very much, and we will see y'all again on the next video. Again, we have reached over 5 million views, and I want to say thank you to y'all. Y'all have made it possible. I remember when I would tune into my show, we had one person listening.
Thank you for using
our goal
Blog
now
Talk Radio.
is to reach 10 million.
Goodbye.
And our goal for us to be a channel with almost at 20,000 subscribers, to reach that number is incredible. Is incredible. We personally want to thank y'all, and we're gonna keep on going, striving for greater, better. We want to keep you all going, so thank you all so very much. We will be going live again. Thank you. Please keep my family in your prayers on that. So we thank you for that. But we will see y'all on tomorrow for the Wiley Show, and we will definitely talk about it on some more stuff tomorrow. Y'all have a beautiful night. Good night. Make sure y'all follow me at Wiley Show. Our cash app is $Marquise Wiley 28. Thank you all so very much because they help keep the show going, keep the lights on. If you want to sponsor or to be a sponsor on our show, email me at wileyshow@gmail.com. And you can just tell me what do you want me to talk about or sponsor or whatever. You could do that in the email. We will tell you our rates for that. And that's wileyshow@gmail.com. Thank you. We will see y'all again later. Peace.